Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. This is your August bonus reading, and we're just going to jump right in here and see what is going on for you. You have this tarantula card and this butterfly card in your first row here. The tarantula is kind of a card of being at a crossroads, having a choice to make in this deck here. This is the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle. And you have the butterfly, which is a transformation. I feel like you already know. I'm almost 1,000% sure that the tarantula card in that deck, like in the book for the deck, right? She says that the tarantula can represent kind of over-intellectualizing something, overthinking something, making something a bigger deal than you need to. But also, I'm pretty sure that she says in the book that that the answers are inside of you. You already know exactly what to do or what direction to go in your life to have a transformation. You have that butterfly, which kind of represents going through a transformation or going through some sort of change here. I actually wanted to pull one of these, so we're going to pull an extra card there for you, Pisces. But, I feel like there's some sort of change in your life happening, some sort of transformation. You have the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. Literally, these two cards right here. You have the Death. This guy is definitely dead. It doesn't take 10 swords to kill a person. So I always say that, that represents something that is dead, done, over with. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which can represent a change in direction here. And the Two of Pentacles, which can represent kind of needing to make a choice. But it's like one thing is overcomplicated and one thing is easy, is really what I'm feeling here in your reading. So, what I would say is that, big problems attract big solutions, right? But I also feel like sometimes if we have a big problem, we think that the solution has to be complicated because we're like, well, I haven't figured it out yet, so it must be hard. And I feel like this is saying, don't overcomplicate something that you're dealing with for the rest of August, because it's like you could be over intellectualizing, like I said, with that tarantula card, or you could be trying to. It's almost like you could be trying to see things that don't exist or aren't there. Is more like the feeling that I get here, Pisces. I also just get that it's like, there's nothing more that you can learn. I feel like I've said this to you in past readings as well. It's, if you are starting a project, or I really don't know what you're doing yet, if I'm being honest, there's some sort of leap of faith you're taking. You end in the area of the good stuff with this grasshopper spirit says, take a leap of faith. So it's like there's some sort of risk that you're wanting to take. But, the reading itself is saying, like, you already know all the details. You already know everything that you have to do. And even the Nine of Pentacles kind of says you have the skills necessary to make this a success, whatever leap of faith that you are thinking about taking. For most of you, I do feel it's financial. For others, I do feel it could be a move. Clearly, Tower, Three of Wands, Eight of Cups literally could be a move. Four of Pentacles could be a move. Or you're moving away from something or moving towards something. Take it how it resonates. But, the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like you keep looking at something here and it's dead. Right here, Ten of Swords. Something is dead. Something is dead, done, over with. And, the Ten of Swords kind of represents a blessing in disguise. He's making this symbol right here with his hands. This is the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card, and it represents like a blessing. So the Ten of Swords can be a blessing in disguise. It can say there's been an ending or some sort of death or something has left your life or needs to, whatever. And, it's a stinking corpse. So if there's still something in your life, it is just a rotting corpse, basically. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. It's like you keep poking it with a stick here, Pisces. Like you keep looking at something, from the past, or it could be something that you are still working on. And, maybe I'm making it a little bit dramatic by saying, oh, this is a, stinking corpse, right? It could be like a job. Maybe it pays you money. It supports you. It's not terrible, but, you are meant for expansion. I believe we are in a time of great expansion. You have the card of great expansion right here, Three of Wands. Three of Wands is craving expansion. He wants to go on those ships that are in the harbor. He wants to go on some sort of adventure, but he's like just staying where he is. So I always say with the Three of Wands is my card of waiting for the perfect moment to do something when there never will be a perfect moment for you to do something. So I feel like the time is now. And that's what you need to realize. Let's see. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands. This is actually pretty good. Ace of Wands would be a passionate new beginning. Another card of death, by the way. Normally, there's a castle that is crumbling in the background of the Ace of Wands, and the wand is out front, and it kind of says there's a passionate new opportunity for you to grab onto. You have all the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities necessary to make it successful. So like no stinking thinking here with the 4 cups. 4 cups is, I've tried to do this in the past, but it didn't work. So, I'm going to go hide in a closet like all the other Pisces. So basically, don't do that. I feel like it's time for you to take a risk here, Pisces. With the 7 of Pentacles, not calling you out, totally calling you out, right? With the 7 of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. You have all the knowledge and wisdom you need to be very successful. Sometimes I also feel that the King of Swords really says you need to get some knowledge and wisdom, but you can only gain wisdom through experience. So it's like you know everything that you need to know, as I stated earlier, and now it's time to put what you know into action so you can prove to the world that you can do what you say you can do. And, that's kind of where this reading is going. Very different reading in some ways than what you've had in the past, right? With the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Swords. Needing to get to that new island, it's definitely time to let something go from the past and move forward to something new. I feel like you already have your eyes on something new because we have the Magician here going 4 Pentacles to the Tower. Again, the Tower is coming up in the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But what I will say is I do feel you are fearing a Tower moment going in this direction. It's like you have a certain sense of security. Again, this would make sense financially, for example. If you have a job that supports you and maybe you're a little bit uncertain about the future, going and getting something else, could be a little bit scary, or letting it go could be a little scary. If you have a job but you want to start a business, it's kind of maybe you have to put a lot of work into the business like when you get home from work, right? And so there's this balancing. It's more of like a balancing act that I'm feeling here. So let's see what's going on. You have this inauthenticity card. It says, ignoring who you truly are authentically is hurting you. Are you kidding? You need to live your authentic self. I was kind of feeling this here because you have the dog spirit that says, be loyal to what you love, which I feel is really an answer for everybody right now. It says, live authentically, follow your desires, align with your life. I literally say this to everyone, with your true self, and it will lead you long-term satisfaction, comparison to pursuing a life that does not align with yourself. You have this tarot dependency card. It says, exercise free will. Tarot can help you evaluate different options or paths to take, but in the end, it's up to you, not the cards. There you go. That's all you need to hear. You have this card that says, it was necessary ending. Are you kidding? So that you can pursue the life you're destined to lead. Leave the past behind. I didn't even see that card. There you go. This reading is falling together very nicely. You have the Magician, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Strength card. I really do get this sense, Pisces, that if you do whatever this leap of faith is here at the end, that, I've been saying to you for a long time that I feel like people really won't recognize you, or, it's kind of like, it's almost like people I do feel like in some ways people see the light, inside of you. They see what you're capable of. They see what you could do. But I also feel like sometimes Pisces people are like, oh, but it's Pisces. Pisces isn't going to actually, grab the bull by the balls and make something happen, or, whatever the case may be. But it's almost like it's like you are doing something that is making people see how strong you are. And again, this has been coming up for you for a few months. So, again, this is a process, so if you're tempted to leave a comment like, oh, you said this would happen and it didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, since when do things happen overnight? Usually it doesn't happen, okay? So, yeah, it's going to take time. Get over it, right? Tarot isn't magic. Tarot is not an easy button. So, like I said, I'm your mom now. Sorry if your mom never told you that things don't happen overnight. But they don't. They take time. And again, this is something you've been working on for a long time. You've been working towards for a long time. It's going to continue to take time. But again, as I say, easy come, easy go. So, I think it's better to build something in your life over time so that it doesn't just disappear as quickly as it came. But, I feel for a lot of you, people are going to see you as being strong, successful, hardworking. I do feel like you could be doing a lot of work on yourself right now. You have the 9 of Pentacles, again, a card of scales. She has these grapes behind her, and grapes in the tarot represent something that is difficult to grow. So I do feel for a lot of you, you could be doing something that is more challenging or difficult, or you have a skill that, is difficult to do. And, but this could be a good thing. Again, if something's hard to do, that means a lot of other people aren't going to do it. And that's how you can be super successful. So, I do see a lot of independence and success coming in for you. You do go again down here. to this Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is about bathing in the energy of something you want. You have the Magician right here. So with both of these cards, I would be energy matching as much as possible. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, over the past few years, I've really been very specific about the things I watch on TV, the music I listen to, all those things, right? And again, I don't think you have to be a crazy person like me, but at the same time, for the most part, I am filling my brain with good stuff, and it's totally changed my life. So even more. So I'm a big fan of doing that. I do believe that those things like TV, if you're watching negative things, it makes you think negatively and all that other stuff. Obviously, again, if you need to watch a movie, go watch a movie, right? But, I don't think you have to be perfect in doing this. But for the most part, I fill my brain with good stuff. And again, changed my life. So, I feel here that could be very important for you. You also have this card here that says live authentically card. It says follow your desires. And again, it's weird to me that pretty much everyone has been getting this, although it's not weird at all, because I think we are in a time where the universe is everybody thinks they want a job, but really you want to, go be a ballerina. It says go be a ballerina. The universe is saying go follow your bliss. Don't do what everybody is telling you to do. And if you do that, then you'll be actually successful. So there you go. With the Magician, you have the Ten of Cups. Yes, I do feel like some of you could be attracting kind of a surprise connection here with the Tower. Could be with a Scorpio, could be any sign. I mean, you have basically everything here. You have the King of Swords, definitely could be someone older than you, could be someone with a lot of knowledge and wisdom, take it how it resonates. But, I do see you, again, the Ten of Cups, the people on that card, the 10 cups exist above their head. They're choosing to be happy. So it's about focusing on happiness, which clearly is a big message here in this reading. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands. Yeah, what are you waiting for? I feel like you need to dream big. I kind of feel like you need to start working towards something that you think is hard or impossible. I know I say this to you all the time, but maybe you won't get the hard thing that you're really going for, but you'll get close, which could be really good. With the Strength card, you have the Queen of Swords here. Two people not talking to each other right here. I feel that some of you are interested in a person that either you haven't talked to yet, or you, maybe, it could just be as simple as maybe you've become interested in someone at work, or among a friend group or something like that. But I get this spying thing here. So I don't know. As a Pisces, I know how you operate, Pisces. I know that Pisces are little creepers. So you've probably been creeping on someone here, or I don't know. Take it however. It could be a person creeping on you as well. But not calling you out, totally calling you out here, right? I feel there needs to be communication, obviously, for something to happen here. But it looks like there's no communication. That's what's popping into my head with this energy. So let's see. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Mermaid card. It says, be careful what you wish for. You have this Sailboat. It says, sail on. You're headed in the right direction. So I would actually move towards the wish. You do have the Nine of Cups, which would be a wish, but Nine of Cups is about matching the energy of what you want. So it's more than a wish. It's, kind of a card of a manifestation. And I do feel that there could be a manifestation coming in for you. I feel like this, be careful what you wish for, is saying, don't, if you have something specific that you want, wish for that specifically. Most people, what they do is they set some sort of goal, and they'll be like, oh, I want to make $10 million a year, and then but they'll say to the universe as well, but I'd be okay with 1 million. And it's like, no. If you said 10 million, then you need to say 10 million. And that's it. There is no, people settle with the universe, and that's why they don't get what they want. Same thing in love or whatever. You might be thinking oh, I want this. And so, but I'll settle for, something else. And this is saying no, you need to go directly for what you desire. You have the Four Cups, Four Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. This is too much experience right here is what's popping into my head. Too many experiences that didn't go your way with the Four Cups. He's been disappointed at least 3 times, and that's why he's not accepting this third cup right here, or the fourth cup, sorry. And, but again, that fourth cup could actually be something really good. Could be something that is going to fulfill him. Could be something that is going to make him happy. So, for a lot of you, I feel like you need to accept, or it's like you're accepting something new into your life. I don't even think you need to, because really, the whole entire reading plus this last row kind of suggests to me that you are going to take a leap of faith towards something new. You have the Four Pentacles, holding on too tightly to something. So again, if you're holding on to something from the past, or if you're holding on too tightly to security or something like that, that could be something that is preventing you from success, or it could be preventing you from taking necessary risks. And I do feel that here. I feel like there are certain, again, with that grasshopper spirit, it's I feel like there are necessary risks that you have to take. There are necessary risks we all have to take to really stand out. With Pluto going into Aquarius next year, officially, what I would say is, but it's already been there. So the energy already exists, is what I would say. And yeah, it's retrograding. It's going to move back into Aquarius. Then it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, then back into Aquarius again. But what I would say is, again, the biggest risk we could take with Pluto and Aquarius is the risk of exposure, the risk of saying something being wrong, the risk of taking risk in business to, put out a presentation being wrong, things like that. But again, I feel this could lead to wish fulfillment. Again, I also feel you need to really focus on your energy here. It does look to me, again, with the Eight of Cups here, that you are walking towards fulfillment. The Eight of Cups is, he's walking away from something because it isn't exactly what he wants. It basically says, don't settle. So he is not settling, and he knows his Nine of Cups exists. So he's going and looking for his Nine of Cups. With the Four of Cups, you have the Six of Cups here. Again, I would be careful of people from the past as well. With this energy, we have all these retrogrades, and even if you meet a new person, I would just take it slow. It's like some, like I always say, I do not let astrology control my life at all. But what I will say to you, Pisces, is that this Venus retrograde plus the Mercury retrograde, it's kind of like whatever you start under retrograde is the birth of that situation. So, if you're starting it under retrograde, it could cause confusion. So if you meet a person or whatever, just take your time, right? Just don't, rush anything, basically. And, some astrologers even will say you can talk to a person, just don't have a first date under the Venus retrograde, right? But I would take your time in love in general. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords here. See, this is the end of a negative cycle going here. The Nine of Swords is a round-around situation, is something like a never-ending nightmare. And I feel you are walking away from something that has been a nightmare. Again, if you have a past person coming back, you could also just be walking away from that situation in general. With the Nine of Cups, here you go. You have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're wishing for something better, especially for those of you that want love. I feel there definitely is love here, but it's funny that I said these two aren't talking. There needs to be an offer. Ace of Cups would literally be a love offer. So, again, I feel there could be a love offer coming in for you with the Ace of Cups. What I would also say is I feel you need to do a lot more to make your energy overflow. That does not have to be love. That could be, something you enjoy doing, hobbies, having fun, sports, whatever you're into, right? I would do whatever you can, because this right here is about manifestation. You have the Magician as well. This right here is about overflowing abundance, causing your energy to overflow. If you get into that state, that flow state of never-ending abundance, then you're going to attract more abundance. And I feel you need that right now. So again, we don't get that from working. I think people think oh, I get my abundance from working. It's nope, you get that from other forms of fulfillment. It's you have to fill up both sides. I always say you have to fill up your work bucket, but you also have to fill up your fun bucket. It's I always also say, I'm just going to keep repeating myself when you're reading. We should start a drinking game for this. Although, no, don't drink. I quit drinking this year. So there you go. Well, actually, it was last year, but still. What I would say is we can have a water drinking game. And, where was I going with this? I was repeating myself, saying something oh, you need to fill up both buckets. It's when I'm not having fun, my life goes to shit. So it's you need to balance both things out. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this grasshopper spirit says, take a leap of faith. You have this dog spirit says, be loyal to what you love. Yeah, it's really important that we do this. Pisces, everything coming at you for the next, I don't know, for a while, until 2033 at least, is going to be people that see you being successful, but then they're going to challenge it. I'm telling you right now what your challenge is going to be. Your job is to just plug your ears, right? People are going to be oh, what do you mean you're going to start this business and you're already making, $10 million a year? That's risky. And you should be no, you know what's risky is living like a dumbass like you. So that should be your response to people that are oh, doing this is risky, doing that is risky. You know what I mean? It's it's absolutely ridiculous. So I would be careful of people who tell you how to live your life. Again, you're going to be dealing with a lot more of that over the next few years. So I would block out the noise. The grasshopper is saying take a risk on whatever ridiculous idea you have right now. You have the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Tower. The Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you, so I feel you are just walking away from something. I also feel you're grounding something. He has gone from the water to the land right here. He's stepped out of his emotions, and now he is grounding his reality. So it's almost as if you have removed your emotions from something. It could be a past person here, and now you're kind of officially moving forward. But with the Three of Wands, I feel like you need to do more to move forward if you're in that situation. But again, this is showing up in the good stuff, and so it could be a good thing. Your ships could be coming in. You could be going on more adventures and traveling. We do see moving here, so for those of you that are moving, this could be, this could say there's a lot of success coming in because of a move. But I also feel that you need to be more expansive. And again, the more you grow, the more people are going to come out of the woodwork to be like, how dare you, Pisces, become a shark and go from a guppy to a shark? Like, how dare you actually become successful? So your job, again, is to plug your ears and just become successful. You have the Tower here. I really feel like you're surprising people. It's like I get this image in my head. I was kind of talking about this earlier, where it's almost like people see into you. People can see your light. I think that's what I said. But it's almost like people are watching you do something like inside of a cave, like some sort of skill. I know that sounds stupid, but it's almost like people have been seeing you do some sort of skill or be good at something for years and years and years. But it's like because you're doing it inside of a cave, right, where it doesn't threaten them. They're like, whatever, it's just Pisces, experimenting with their life, doing whatever the hell they want. But it's like now you're coming like out of this cave. You're like putting your skills into the real world, and I feel like people have something to say about it. So again, I would be careful of that. You could be shocking people by doing this with the Tower as well. I also feel that for some of you, this could just be you having a sudden realization. Again, it is coming up in the good stuff. So you could be like kind of understanding more the direction you want to take your life. Let's see where this is going. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you could be walking away from a liar, cheater, stealer. Some of you could have been in a cycle with like a liar, cheater, stealer, or someone who told a lot of lies. And, again, I would be careful if that person's trying to come back. They could be causing a Tower moment. So if you have a past person who you happen to know was a liar, cheater, stealer, which you probably do, I feel like this person is not loyal to anyone. So, and I almost get like blaming energy here as well, where it's like they blame you for the things that they did. So, I would be careful of that person. With the Three of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords, the truth. The only thing that matters right now is like the absolute truth inside of you, Pisces. Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. It is being very, very focused on, where you're going, where you're heading to, and what you want, and making sacrifices as well with the Ace of Swords. There's normally a palm frond on one side and an olive branch on the other. The palm frond represents the sacrifice in the tarot. Palm fronds can also represent, the palms in the tarot can represent kind of survivor energy. But, I always look at the Ace of Swords as a double-edged sword. It's like, to be successful, there are some things you have to cut out of your life, or there could be people or situations that just no longer serve you. And I feel like this is the changes that you could be making, but definitely some victories coming in for you. With the Tower, you have the Moon card here, Pisces. You could be attracting a water sign in love. Again, I would take your time. Like, again, if you're meeting someone, just like take your time. I wouldn't rush it here. I always say don't let astrology, or this card right here even says tarot dependency. Don't be dependent on tarot, right? But at the same time, I feel like you're on this path. People, speaking of the cave, right? The moon is darkness. There are some mountains at the background, in the background of the moon card. It is your card, but it's part of the fool's journey. He is working towards those mountains so he can have an accomplishment. And so I feel there's a big accomplishment coming in for you, but you need to keep going. And again, I feel like the moon is talking, even though it's showing up in the good stuff, I feel like it is talking a little bit about that, like Pisces doubt, doubting whether or not you're going to be able to accomplish something or whatever. And I feel like you are, but it is like your duty to do this right now, Pisces, like part of your spiritual karma. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this bluff card. I feel like someone thinks that you are calling their bluff here, Pisces. Like someone thinks that you are, especially if you have a past. I would be careful of a past person. I feel like they think you're playing a game or something, but you're not. So I would be careful with that energy for sure, especially if they're like a Gemini. You have this versatility card, more Gemini energy right here. Really, I have been saying to everyone that we had that set of eclipses last year, Taurus and Scorpio, and that Taurus eclipse was all about being flexible, being versatile, just being open to different ways of doing things. People who are too fixed on one solution are going to have a really hard time. So, I keep telling people, like, if you're starting something, relationship, business, new exercise routine, learning how to jump rope, I don't care what you're doing. It just says, like, learn other ways to do it as well. Be flexible in how you accomplish your goals, and you'll be more successful. Yeah, you have this caution card. Again, you could have been dealing with someone who really belongs to the streets here, Pisces, who had a lot of people in their life. So I would be careful of that person. This is Scorpio energy as well. And you have the, you just have like a lot of things here, like, potentially a person coming back, like maybe they're apologizing, Ace of Swords, telling the truth, but it's like, why didn't they tell the truth in the first place? I would be careful. Next, you have Pisces, vision. Just hold, this is all you have to do. Hold your vision. Keep working in that direction. Get a set of earplugs. Definitely, I feel like you need some earplugs this month, next month probably as well too, September. Get some earplugs. Don't listen to anyone except for yourself. You know exactly where you're going. You know exactly what to do. And again, I would feed that monster inside of you. I mean, the good monster, right? It's like, we as humans, we have confirmation bias, right? It's like if we want to believe something, for example, you see this a lot in like with cryptocurrency, right? It's like these groups of these tribes form around like every single coin. They're like, my coin's the best, and they all have information that exists that they all have like YouTube videos and things like that about why their coin is the best, right? But we do this in all areas of our life. But I'm actually telling you to feed your confirmation bias. Like if you think that your business is the best business ever, go watch a bunch of videos about your business, right? Feed that beast inside of you. If you think that your ideas about love are correct, then feed that information about love. Like something needs to be fed here, Pisces, and it's going to make you more successful. It's like the problem here, where I was going with this as well, is the waffling back and forth. It's like if you get into that Pisces waffle, then I feel you're going to have a hard time. You have this principle cards. Yeah, I feel like you are becoming more principled. People are seeing you as the truth speaker with the Ace of Swords. I feel like people are seeing you as someone of absolute truth for the rest of the month, and someone who has principles, someone who has a certain like morals and ethics. So again, people are really looking up to you here. But again, I don't know. I'm sure there's like a million sayings about how like when you become this type of person, that's when the devil tries to take you down, right? So I feel you need to stay positive. But pretty interesting reading here, Pisces. I would keep pushing. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy the rest of your month.